correct me if I'm wrong, but there's still a lot of work Cincinnati has to do. And don't get me wrong, I don't want to be a Debbie Downer. Yes, we just signed Jamar Chase and Higgins, which is massive, massive news. And I had my video about that. But what is the most important person in the locker room, on our franchise, in the team? Joe Burrow. And what is the most important thing about your quarterback? Protecting that quarterback. And it seems Cincinnati, except of the releasing of Alex Kappa, which I'll talk about in a little bit, and the hiring of Scott Peters, they don't seem to care much about it. And I'm going to dive into a couple reports that have come out about the offensive guard position. We're set with our center and tackles. We just need guards. And it seems like Cincinnati isn't that too worried about it. But thank you so much for watching this video. Once again, don't forget to subscribe to the Bengals Digest channel. We're on the road to 1,500 before my birthday, which is not yet. It's March 31st is my birthday, my 21st birthday. But yeah, thank you guys so much for all the love you show in the channel. Continue to try to post daily, but with my school schedule, it's going to be really, really busy. But going to try to post as much as I can, talking about the Cincinnati Bengals every single day or other day. So subscribe to the Bengals Digest channel if you love the Bengals as much as me. But let's jump right into it. So the Cincinnati Bengals are bringing in free agent guard Alex, not Alex Kappa, Lucas Patrick for a visit. I'll jump into this report, and then we'll go into why I don't think they're really taking it seriously, and this report kind of explain it. Patrick, who is 31 years old, started 10 games for the Saints last season and has experience at both guard and center. Versatility is good, obviously. He spent the first 5 seasons of his career in Green Bay before playing for the Bears for the 2 seasons and the Saints for last season. Patrick could be a solid depth piece. That's the interesting part. But signing him to be a starter would be underwhelming, especially with the other guard talent available in free agency. He has plenty of experience and he is coming off of the bench. And if he's coming off of the bench, it would be great for depth. Would they sign him to be a day one starter? That would be a questionable move at best. It's worth noting that Patrick was in Green Bay while current Bengals defensive line coach Jerry Montgomery was in Green Bay as well. Cincinnati already signed 2 former Packers in free agency, T.J. Slaton and Oren Burks, who we talked about. Will Patrick be next? He posted a 64.6 overall grade according to Pro Football Focus last season, the second mark of his career. He didn't allow a sack over the last 2 seasons in 893 passing blocks, snaps, and gave up 3 quarterback hits over that span, according to PFF. If the Bengals sign Patrick, he'll join an offensive line that includes Ted Karras, our center, Orlando Brown Jr., Amaris Mims, our tackles, Cody Ford, who can play anything, and Cordell Volson, our current guard, on the left side, I'm pretty sure. But why this would be so underwhelming is the fact that, according to the report and many fans on Twitter, they don't want him to start. In my personal opinion, I think any player other than Alex Kappa is probably better to start than Kappa. And I love Kappa, but just there's at some point you just got to move on, and I love him as a person. But I think pretty much anybody would be better. I do understand the fact that I want to go get a starter, especially with how much talent was in the guard room in free agency this year, and it seemed we didn't do much of anything to go after any of them. And then we get an announcement that Lucas Patrick, who's 31 years old, who would be a good depth piece, is the only guard we have brought in for a visit. And like they said, I'm going to go over the PF grade-wise. I don't think it would be a terrible signing if we can sign him for cheap. Once again, I think anyone is better than Alex Kappa. But Lucas Patrick, 64.6, like they said, overall PFF grade, 60.3 pass block grade, which all these grades are above average, by the way, slightly above average. Then run block grades, 66.3. This last season, 2024, he had 6 penalties, 0 sacks, and 0 QB hits allowed last season. So he protects the quarterback, which is a good thing, which I personally very much like, compared to Alex Kappa's 8 sacks last season. I don't want Joe Burrow to get touched, sacked, or even have QB pressures or hits. So that aspect of Lucas Patrick's game I really, really like, especially if you get him for cheap. I wouldn't see the downside of it. Yes, I would like to go get somebody else or draft a guy. In my opinion, the fact that they're not going after somebody heavily in free agency is a sign that they're looking to draft a guard early. Not saying they shouldn't, but that's just my assumption on how they've handled themselves in free agency. Obviously, they've had a lot of stuff to worry about with Jamar Chase, Higgins, and now Trey Hendrickson. But I think with the lack of going after somebody in free agency, it seems like they're going to try to draft somebody early on, considering they already released Alex Kappa. That was the first sign that, yes, they want to do something with the guard room. Now with how they've handled free agency, I think that plan is going more towards drafting a guy early, which I'm not opposed to. There's a lot of guys, like I've said, second round, like Tate Ratledge, I think would be great. Old teammate of Amarius Mims. They already have a connection. So why not draft one of his friends? I think that's a great pick, especially for a second round. But just to compare, and also some bad news, but depends on how you look at it. One of the guys I thought we should have gone after was Tevin Jenkins, offensive guard from the Chicago Bears, former offensive guard for Chicago Bears. This is his PFF grade. This is the guy who I wanted to go after the most remaining in the last few days. 75.4 overall PFF grade, above average. 75.6 or 8 pass block grade, above average. 74.3 run block grade, above average. 4 penalties, 4 sacks. But he is going to the AFC North. I will say that. Tevin Jenkins will be in the AFC North next season. But it's not for the Cincinnati Bengals. No. Cincinnati, who has their franchise quarterback, doesn't want to protect their quarterback. Apparently, that's how it feels. But no, he is going to go to an organization and a franchise who doesn't even know who their starting quarterback is. And now there's only 2 options, unless you already know the answer. There's only 2 options. Obviously, the Bengals and the Ravens both have their quarterbacks for the long haul. Franchise quarterbacks, Joe Burrow obviously for the Bengals and Lamar Jackson for the Ravens. That's self-explanatory. So which other organization in the AFC North is Tevin Jenkins going to? The Browns, who have no idea what's going on, or Steelers, who currently don't even have a quarterback that should start on roster. He's going to Cleveland. So he's staying in Ohio, yes. He is not staying in Ohio. He's going to a team in Ohio. It's just not the Cincinnati Bengals. He's going up north to the Cleveland Browns. Cleveland Browns, great pickup. They got a great guard out of Tevin Jenkins. But I just find it so discouraging, the fact that Cincinnati's not making a push, or it seems like they're not making a push for a starting caliber offensive guard, especially when you have one of, if not the best quarterback in the NFL currently. But like I said, anything is pretty much an upgrade from what we had. Once again, Tevin Jenkins, 75. No way he's going to be a Bengal, obviously. 75.4 overall grade, 75.8 pass block grade, 74.3 run block grade. 4 sacks is the main thing you got to worry about, not sacks-wise, but increase or less sacks than we've had from guards. So the Browns got a guy in the guard room. Lucas Patrick, who we're bringing in, 64.6 overall grade, above average, 60.3 pass block grade, above average, 66.3 run block grade, above average. 0 sacks last season with 0 QB hits, which I am very much a fan of, and I think any of that is a upgrade from Alex Kappa, who is now on the Las Vegas Raiders. Last year, 50.5 overall grade, below average, 39.7 pass block grade, way below average, 54.9 run block grade, way below average as well. 2 penalties, but 8 sacks. So anything I think is an upgrade from what we had last season. But I would like to see the Cincinnati Bengals be more active with the offensive guards. And if we're not gonna sign a starting caliber guard, go draft somebody early, like maybe Tyler Booker, maybe like Tate Ratledge. And then even if you do that, with the fact that we're probably not going to sign anybody, or if we do, it's going to be a depth guy, this is what I would do. I would do Tate Ratledge in the second round, and then late I would get Clay Webb from Jack State. I've talked about Clay Webb a lot. I think he's going to be a steal of the draft, late 5th, 6th round offensive guard out of Jack State. But thank you guys so much for watching this video. Thank you for all the love you've shown this channel. Don't forget to like this video. Don't forget to share it with your Bengals friends, because Bengal football is better together. Comment down below how you feel about the Bengals' urgency, or lack of urgency, I should say, in the offensive guard room. And let me know what you think they should do in the offensive guard room. But don't forget to finally subscribe to the Bengals Digest channel for daily. If not, then it will be every other day news on the Cincinnati Bengals. But thank you guys so much for watching. For the Bengals Digest channel, I'm Carson Lokey. Have an amazing one, and God bless.